do you want a girlfriend in the next 90 days? I think it's unhealthy to put a timeline on it. But if we were to use that as a thought experiment and say, if in 90 days you had to get a girlfriend that was high quality, that was amazing, that was attractive, that was your type, how would you do it? I'm going to explain to you what that timeline looks like. Now, I don't think you should actually do this within 90 days. I don't think you should fixate on it needs to happen in 90 days. But let's say that you have an intention to get a girlfriend. You want a relationship. You want to experience that, or you have experienced it, but you want to do it the right way. I'm going to explain to you exactly how you can get a girlfriend and the step-by-step path that it takes. There are 3 steps to getting a girlfriend, 3 steps to making it happen the right way. I've been through this process myself. I've guided many of my clients through this process, and I'm going to give you the exact process here. I'm moving my hands like an Italian, the exacta process. I want to give you a disclaimer really quick. You have to have a certain measure of value for this to work. It's not going to work if you are a very low value guy, and if you don't understand what I mean by value, check out one of my videos that I have on becoming a high value guy, because I explained it there. You have to have a certain amount of value in the dating marketplace if this is going to work. You also have to be able to get options for this to work. I will never teach any man to get into a relationship without having options first. So this is not a video for you if you want to get a girlfriend without having options. If you just want to find a girl and the first girl you meet, you talk to her and she becomes your girlfriend. That is not what I do. That's not what I teach. I teach men to make decisions from a place of abundance and from a place of having options and clarity. So let's go ahead and get into it. Step number 1 is options. You need to start seeing 3 new women every month over 2 months. And that's the general number. Sometimes it could be 2, sometimes it could be 4 or 5, but if we're going to average it out, every month you need to be able to see 3 new women. And what you need to do is, after you see these women, by see I mean go on a date with and sleep with. Generally, that's what I mean by did you see this girl? Are you seeing her? You should date at least 2 of these women. And this is over 2 months. So this is the 8-week plan. Again, we're going on a 90-day timeline. If I were to tell you within 90 days, which is 12 weeks, you're going to get a girlfriend, get a really cool relationship, here's what it looks like. You would see 3 new women every month for 8 weeks, which means that's a span of 6 women that you've seen minimum, or in that range. Could be 4, could be 10, whatever, but see around 6 women, and you need to date at least 2 of these women, which means after 8 weeks, you are not just hooking up with them, you are seeing them, you are dating them. And what happens is, after 8 weeks in, if this builds and if the numbers add up, you should have 3 options to choose from. And this means you should be dating the girls. Again, not where you hooked up with her, you met her, and you guys had a one-night stand and that's it, but it's where you're meeting girls that are quality, and you are dating the girls consistently. You are seeing them again. You are going out to dinner. You are going to movies. They are staying over your place and cuddling with you. You guys are holding hands. Things you would do with a girlfriend, you are doing with these women. Quick disclaimer. Again, you do not need to tell these girls, hi, I'm thinking you may be my girlfriend, because that is lying. Because most of these girls will not end up being your girlfriend, and you don't want to do that to women. You don't want to give them the impression something else is going to happen and explicitly state that. However, you can invest in these women. You can get to know them. Step number 2, which is really important, is decisions. Allow yourself to get invested in the girls. A lot of guys make this mistake. I don't know where, well, I do know where it comes from, because I would do the same thing. But we categorize things. We're like, I'm not looking for a relationship now, so I'm not going to treat this girl as if she would be my girlfriend. But to me, my rationale is I love women. Women are fucking amazing. So even if I'm not going to be in a relationship with this girl, I'm still going to have a great level of closeness and intimacy with her, because I genuinely enjoy closeness and spending time with feminine women. That's a very beautiful thing to me. And I don't think that I have a limited capacity of who I can share that with. Now, again, my time investment is limited. My investment in terms of building a life with someone, that is also limited. Financial resources, time resources, where your mind goes and who you do things with, that is limited, yes. But if I sleep with a girl on a Saturday after we went out for dinner, and I've seen this girl a few times, I can go hold hands with her and watch a movie with her and cuddle in bed and talk about my deepest fears. I can do that, and she shares me that with her. Some guys would disagree. Some guys say they can't do this, and if you can't, hey, what can I say? But to me, this is how I built this system of getting a girlfriend from a really, really strong place as a man, where you're in your masculine and thriving. It's allow yourself to get invested. Number 2, spend quality time with each girl. Don't sabotage the time. Like, okay, I'm sleeping with you and that's it. Again, if these girls are quality, so if they're attractive, if there's good energy, if there's good vibes, and she's like someone that you could see yourself being with in the future, Allow yourself to invest in her, spend quality time. There's a breaking point you're going to get to, okay? The breaking point is when one girl starts to become better than the others and you're thinking about that girl while you're with the other ones. This is what happened to me in the relationship I'm in with my girl. This is how I made that decision, because the girls that I was with were not as good as her. She was better than all of them. So I remember the specific day it happened. I hooked up with this girl in Vegas. She was a model, beautiful girl, and like really attractive, cool person. And we were in bed together talking about life and stuff like that. And I just remember every girl I had slept with in the last 3 months, I kept thinking about my girl back in Europe. I kept thinking about her over and over again. It was just like her. I even traveled and I was living in Bali for a while. And in Bali, there was a girl I started dating there who was a really cute, really cool girl, good energy. We went really deep together, shared a lot of deep personal things. We were going on dates, holding hands, all that stuff. I had a driver that I hired in Bali. He thought we were like a couple. And then I invited another girl over and he was like, we went on a tour together and he was so shocked because he was like, I thought the Balinese girl was your girlfriend. I was like, no, I don't have a girlfriend. But, me and this girl were getting intimate together. And while I was with her, I was thinking about my girl back in Europe. I was literally in bed with this beautiful woman next to me thinking about another girl. And that's the point that it got to where I knew I was like, this other one is who I want to be with. Because I had invested in 3 different girls equally. They were all girls I was seeing. One was in LA, one was in Bali, one was in Europe. And I invested in these girls equally, and it was so incredible and so deep, but there was just one girl I kept coming back to that I kept thinking about over and over, couldn't get her out of my head. And I was in abundance. I had options. I was traveling, doing coaching programs, and I was sleeping with girls while I was on these programs. I'd pull girls with the clients, I'd have days off where I'd meet girls. So things were working for me, but I just kept thinking about this girl. That's the breaking point. When one girl is better than the others, do not tell the girls that you are looking for a relationship. I want to say this again. I said it earlier, but I'm saying it again. Because what's gonna happen is if you're in this position and you're getting abundance like this and you have options like this, it's gonna give you a lot of freedom. And I genuinely believe, as a man, with great freedom comes great responsibility. I think that if you're a guy who is interacting with women in this way, and if you're a polarizing option as a man, I think that you have the responsibility to honor women and to protect them. And the goal is not to lead them on. So you can treat them like you are, like they're your girlfriend. You can do that without committing. You don't need to do that. A lot of guys believe that I have to commit if we start going out. You don't have to commit. Trust me, if you're a high value enough man, she will keep seeing you. She'll keep spending time with you. And just when she asks, what are we? Let her know, yeah, I'm not looking for a relationship today. I don't know if that will change, but right now I'm not looking for a relationship, but I enjoy the time I spend with you. And I really like spending time with you, and I enjoy doing things with you. The difference between fuck buddies and dating in this sense is you do date things with her, right? So you bring her on experiences. If you're doing something cool with some friends, bring this girl along, introduce her to people. That's what I did with these girls. I didn't split my time. It wasn't like, okay, fuck buddy, goodbye. I was dating these girls, but I wasn't in a relationship with them. I kept my options open. That gave me freedom. And I didn't lie. I didn't lie to them. Then is the commitment. Step number 3. There's 2 ways you can do this. I think both of these can be good. Pitch the idea of a relationship. This is with the girl that you want to be with. And when you're like, fuck, I'm thinking about this girl so much. She's better than my other options. I really value the time I spend with her. Pitch the idea. There's 2 ways you can do it. You can do it soft or do it hard. Here's the soft one. If I wanted you to be my girlfriend, what would you say? That's what I asked my girl. This is a couple years ago now. I asked her, I said, if I wanted you to be my girlfriend, what would you say to me? And she was like, I would say yes. And I said, okay. Right now I can't because I'm traveling, but in the future, I think you should be my girlfriend. I told her that, and she knew that was in her head now. She knew what we were working towards. That's how I did it. Or you could just say, I want you to be my girl. And I think both of those work. I like the first one. I never like saying I want this because I think that I want to put her in a position where she's equally invested in it, and I don't just want it. I want to see what would you say. I like pitching ideas soft like that. But to everyone, to each their own. You could just say, I want you to be my girl. She'll probably say yes, especially if you're high value. You guys have been seeing each other. She's probably wondering when you're going to go for it anyways. So there's that. Number 2, part of commitment is you don't need to rush. You do not need to rush this. I didn't rush mine either. When I told her, if I wanted you to be my girl, what would you say? That was 2 months before she became my girlfriend. I thought about it. I kept meeting other girls. And then what happens is I gradually let things fall off with my other options. So one of the girls I was seeing, I just stopped hanging out with her because I wasn't really a fan. I didn't really want to keep seeing her, but things gradually started falling off, right? And I started moving things forward ever so slightly in this situation with my girl to one day we just locked it in. That's number 3. Just lock it in. So you take your time. You don't need to immediately rush after she says that would be interesting. I like that idea. I would want to say yes. You don't need to immediately, boom, girlfriend now. Yeah, that's it. Girlfriend. You don't need to do that. Listen to what she says. Okay, cool. And then she says, what are we? Say, well, I'm thinking to make you my girlfriend, but I need to think more, right? Take your time. She'll wait. Trust me, brother. If your value is high enough, if you're attractive enough, and you're a good enough option in the dating marketplace, it's so rare because most guys don't do the work. Trust me, they don't. You're going to have options and this girl's going to wait for you. So wait. She'll invest in you more. You invest in her. Keep building. And then you lock it in after a certain point. Let things fall off with the other girls. Lock it in, and you're in a relationship. This is how you get into an amazing relationship from a place of abundance. You don't need to rush things. Take your time with it. You've got the time. If you're a man who's attractive and you have options, you're going to be able to go into a relationship from a place of freedom, from a place of strength. Most guys will not be able to do this because they don't work to build the options. If you want to have options, there's 2 ways you can do it. 1, you can put in an enormous amount of work. You can go and approach a lot of girls, go through trial and error, watch free YouTube content like this, where I give you like 10-15% of all the information that I have in my brain, not because I'm hiding anything back, but because it takes time to give information, and because this is not a literal course where I put all my mental effort in. I sit in front of the cameras, I map out my videos, I map out my scripts, and I give information here. But that's the first option. Trial and error takes years, but you will grow and you could get there. You may not, because you may do the wrong things, but you could get there. Number 2, learn a system, stay accountable to someone who's guiding you, and take action with that system. That's what I do. So if you want to work with me and have me hold you accountable, give you my system, which is 50 times better than what you're hearing on YouTube. It's literally my exact frameworks for all of this, where I will guide you personally and tell you exactly how to get to the next level in your dating life and start attracting extremely high quality women that are your type every single month, consistently 2 to 4 women a month within around 90 days, which is a 3-month turnaround time. That's fucking crazy. If that's for you, click the link below where you can book a call with me and we'll talk and see if you'd be a good fit to work together. And you can also watch a free training that I created where I break down my 4-step system for how to attract women, meet women on your terms, and build this amazing dating life. It's up to you, but the links are below. It's here whenever you're ready for it, whenever you need it, okay? Stay blessed today. Keep crushing it. Keep taking action. And I hope that you get into an amazing relationship if that's something you're ready for, from a place of abundance and a place of freedom. And if not, keep on meeting women. Be blessed, brother.